Troll news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, where you take a look outside and you see something a little unusual. You see sunshine, and even more unusual, we got a temperature right now that's working its way into the 40s. We'll talk about that in just a second. Probably one of the warmest days we will see for a little bit anyway, and obviously one of the warmer days we have seen for the past several. Started the morning off on the, it was the cool side, upper 20s, but given the fact that it had been so cold for so long and the moisture that we had been picking up, roadways this morning, in some cases, were downright treacherous. There were a number of accidents, quite a few spinouts, the black ice, and of course, any concrete that might have had a little bit of dampness to it from maybe possibly even some melting snow. It was downright slippery right now. But Matthew, what do you have on the thermometer?
Well, over in Midland, it's sunny at 42. Over at the airport, it's sunny at 41. Here at Radio Center, it's sunny at 42. We have south winds at 14 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 229.74, and it's falling.
And it's falling off. We do have a couple of low-pressure systems that are going to be affecting our weather here over the next couple of days, and also a high-pressure system, which is going to keep both lows away from us, far enough away so that we're not going to get the primary effect of whatever precipitation that does roll into the immediate region. If we're going to see any precipitation at all, it does appear as though it will be snow in the Great Lakes Bay area. Areas to the immediate south, you're going to have that probability of some freezing sleet, maybe even some freezing rain as we go into the next couple of days. And for areas a little bit further south, we're going to be looking at some downright wet weather. As we mentioned to you yesterday and the day before, this low-pressure system, which right now is situated over southeastern Kansas, is eventually going to move into Indiana and Ohio. It's going to take a couple days to get there. This is a slow mover, and it is going to be dragging quite a bit of precipitation from the Gulf right up into the Tennessee Valley and the Ohio River Basin. And those folks will very easily get a couple inches of rain. For us, as we move in through the night, late night tonight, and during the day tomorrow and Friday night, there is going to be the chance that you could, on your back porch, pick up about 2, maybe even 3 inches of snow. And in some areas in the Great Lakes Bay area and in areas to the thumb, they will pick up more than that, maybe 3, possibly 4 inches of snow. So we're just going to have to keep our eye on the system as it moves, because the further south that it does track, the stronger the high pressure system over the Dakotas and Minnesota is. That's going to determine exactly how much snow and the heaviest amount of snow is going to fall in the central part of the lower peninsula. It's pretty much a sure thing, though, that southern Michigan, track along 69, 96 and south, is going to be more liquid than it is going to be frozen. But there always is that chance, like it was early this morning, that you do have some frozen moisture there. So the roadways tomorrow morning might be a little touch and go. We mentioned about the factors determining the weather. Central Missouri is where that low pressure system is going to be tomorrow. And as I said, it's moving very slow. By midnight tomorrow night, it's going to be in central Indiana. So the forecast for Saturday is going to be clouds, and it will be some snow showers around. But the high pressure system to the west and north of us is going to push that low and the trailing front away from us rather rapidly. So whatever we do get should taper off on Friday night and early Saturday morning, maybe a little residual here and there. And then we are going to be looking at lake effect type activity as we go through the weekend. We'll have a north wind on Saturday, 12, 13 miles per hour, and that will signify some lake effect activity, especially in northern Michigan. There will be on Saturday night a rain-snow mix that will turn into just plain old rain. If we get anything at all, it's going to be isolated. Again, that's Saturday night. Saturday night, we're only going to drop down to about 33 degrees after a high of 38. And then on Sunday, we'll be in the low 40s. So whatever precipitation we get then, that is going to be in the form of rain showers. And we'll have a much better chance of seeing some precipitation on Sunday. Sunday night, everything should be pretty well cleared out of here. There will be a chance of some showers around, but the chance will be tapering off rather rapidly. Same thing with the first part of the work week. Monday, if there is going to be any shower activity around, it is going to be isolated. 38 for a high on Monday, 38 for a high on Tuesday, and Wednesday we'll be looking at 36 for a high. And all the way through this period, temperatures will be I want to say low 30s to upper 20s. I don't think we're really going to see any bone-chilling cold as we move through the next several days, because the long-range outlook to take us starting with the work week next week through the 13th is for our temperatures to be above normal for this time of the year, precipitation values to be average. 46 is our projected high for the day today, 32 for a low tonight. Sun will set this evening at 5:01. Rise tomorrow morning at 7:49. The record high in this state is 64. That was set in 1998, and November the 30th, the warmest ever November the 30th was in 1998. Our high was 64, and our low only dropped down to 44. The coldest ever, well, the record low on this date was set back in 1958. That was 4. And that was the coldest ever, November the 30th. 15 was our high in 1976, and our low was 9. Back in 1940, we picked up 9.5 inches of snow. We haven't seen anything like that since. A year ago today, 53 was our high. I said, not 35, 53. Nice day a year ago. Low was 26. We picked up just under 1/4 inch of rain. For the month of November, 1.24 inches of rain out at MBS International Airport. A year ago, that compares to 1.73 inches of precipitation this year. And the amount of snow, well, 1.5 inches, they say, out at the airport. Northern Michigan definitely picked up a lot more. We still do have some reporting stations in northern Michigan that are looking at least 1/2 foot of snow on the ground. And we do have a few in the northwestern part of the lower peninsula and a few in the upper peninsula that are looking at very close, if not over, 1 foot of snow on the ground. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons and Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. We've been telling you all about those farm all tractors, and yeah, your response has definitely agreed. That Farmall tractor will do just about anything that you want it to do. All you got to do is pair one up with your job, the opportunity out there, what you need to get done. Getting it done right starts with choosing the right Farmall tractor, and Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth has got them. They carry a wide range of Case IH Compact Farmall Series tractors, so you're going to find the right fit for your operation. The value-packed Compact Farmall A to the Deluxe Compact Farmall C and C Series with cabs. The tractor does it all, so no matter what you're doing, Can Do comes in red, and it's called Farmall. For more information, just get a hold of Weiss Equipment and Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. We say good morning to Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. And Melinda, it looks as though we can't buy a good soybean contract right now, but at least the last time I looked, we were kind of hovering around a little bit of green there. The other ones, though, the wheat didn't look all that bad the last time I looked. How are we doing now?
Yeah, we have March corn up 7, March wheat up 7, and we have beans unchanged pretty much. The market convergence in corn is gearing up for month end, and we've also rolled from the D's to the March. We've seen the spread anywhere from 19 to 26 cents carry. We went from maybe delivering to virtually no one delivering on the river. Corn still has a strong seasonal trend after we roll through the D's into the March to stabilize the flat price. Funds during the holidays. We're at a top 5 short in our position on the corn market, which is interesting as the bulls are still looking into the wheat market futures as a leader to find some sort of bullish stance in corn. Wheat futures have came off their weekly lows of 32 cents, stabilizing mostly because of Black Sea values and rumors that China could be under the U.S. market. So a lot of eyes on that. And as for the bean market, the market is still trying to maintain their upward trend with all eyes on the Brazilian weather and export demand really being the driving force in beans. The Brazilian weather model is kind of split right now to our central and northern belts. Maintain recent wetter patterns, or are they going to revert back and break into a hot and dry is what all eyes are on here. There's a ton riding on that, on the Brazilian soy and their second corn crop as well. So as we move through the end of the year here, that's where the volatility is going to stay, looking at that in exports for sure. Yeah.
Now, as far as the corn goes, just a sidelight, what are you seeing out and around at the elevator where you are? Is most of the corn off now, or we still have a little bit to go yet?
It's in pockets. I feel like there's areas that are pretty wrapped up, and there's areas that still have 20-ish% to go yet. A lot of my northern guys still have a fair amount of corn harvest to take off.
Yeah, and it's been real difficult trying to get that moisture level down on that corn, hasn't it?
Yeah, we finally start seeing some corn come in a little bit drier. A lot of guys didn't think their corn was going to come in drier, so that was exciting for them.
Yeah, because the latest crop report that I saw statewide was we still had about 20% of the corn yet to be harvested all across the state here.
Yeah, I would say we're pretty close to that.
Okay, so on the board right now, what do you have?
Yeah, we have November corn at $3.92. We have January corn at $4.27. New crop 24 corn at $4.46. We have November beans at $4.78. January beans at $12.98. We have new crop 24 beans at $12.25. November red wheat at $4.79. New crop 24 red wheat at $5.49. November white wheat at $5.44, and new crop 24 white wheat at $6.09.
Melinda, you have a great day. Have a nice weekend. We'll talk to you next week, okay?
Thanks. Y'all too.
Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. To Doug Klein from Oppenheimer we go. The market report brought to you by Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. They do take their job personally at Steiner Tractor Parts because they understand how your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. You want to make it look nice? You want to make it really look sharp for a lot of the shows that'll be coming up in the new year? or you just simply want that old tractor to do a job for you and you need to keep it running. They'll take care of it for you. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Market Report also brought to you by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They do help with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Make them your hometown financial solution. Just stop by any of their conveniently located offices and ask them a few questions. If you want more information, you want to go online, not a problem. frankenmuthcu.org. Doug Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
Gas prices settling down just a little bit?
It should be, I think so, down about 8 cents today.
Oh.
It should be helpful. It's been a wild day in the energy markets. Started out up over $1 on crude. Now it's down $2.50. So something out of that powwow that they had going on OPEC Plus. They were going to cut some production. I think Algeria and stuff like that was gonna cut, and I don't know. I guess the market just poo-pooed it, and so now we're trending down. So I don't know. The inflation gauge came in right where it was expected to come in the United States. So that being said, they think maybe the Fed is done, maybe raising interest rates. So we'll see. Take a deep breath and see if they're there on that. The dollar is higher today, so I don't know. The euro is lower today. The European market inflation gauge came in less than expected, so maybe they've overshot already as far as constricting the economy in Europe. And they said that money's leaving China as fast as they can get out of there, but of course they got to smuggle it out because they got some pretty tight controls on the flow of money out of China. So it's probably not coming here. I don't know where it's going. Probably India. That seems to be the hot spot in the world for investment lately. So we'll see what happens. But the fear gauge hit a new low today, the VIX. So that's going on. The natural gas hit a new low today. Of course, that's your weather report that you just did there. So you got that going on. But a couple names that hit new highs today that you haven't seen in the high list for a long time is like GE and IBM. Those old line companies that have been just like, who cares? They're finally maybe sort of getting some interest in the investment market. So I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So here's your numbers. The December corn 4.59 3/4, up 10 cents. March corn is 4.82 3/4, up 7. January soybeans 13.46 1/2, down 1/2 penny. And March soybeans 13.64 1/2, that is down 1.5 cents. December wheat 5.65 1/2, up 9 1/2. And March wheat is 5.94, up 8 1/4. Crude oil is 75.88, down $2.11. Heating oil is $2.73.70, down 7 cents. Gasoline $2.1741, that's down 7.5 cents. Probably puts us maybe sort of around $2.82 maybe. So kind of sort of in the ballpark. Natural gas is $2.78.5, that's down 2 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.35.83 at the border. That's down 6 ticks. The dollar buys 147.91 yen. That's up 67 ticks. The euro's at 109.04. That's down 64 ticks. The dollar's at 103.34, up 58 ticks. Gold is at $20.39.60, down $7.50. Silver's $25.19, up 12 cents. Platinum's dead even at $936.40.
All right.
Okay.
You have a goodie.
Thanks, you too.
Doug, take care. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Coming up, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Jerry Samolsky from the Bay Landscape and Garden Center.
But first, this.
Simply the best. For 45 years, one name has been synonymous with the best genetics, Stein. Our goal has always been to develop the highest yielding corn genetics. To do this, we strategically find and advance the newest, highest performing corn lines every year. Stein offers elite genetics in over 50 lines with a broad range of traits in maturities ranging from 80 days to 118 days. Stein has yield, 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Kryzak's House Family Restaurant. You got an event coming up that you need to supply the food for? Well, how about you just want to go to a nice place and have a nice dinner or a nice supper? Not a problem. Reservations, always a good idea because Kryzak's House is always very busy if you want to dine in. 989-894-5531. That's the number. And use that same number if you need to supply the food for an event coming up and you want to get that taken care of. They'll do it for you. Kryzak's House, corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. This reminder, Simplot Grower Solutions, they're going to have their big event that's coming up a week from today, Thursday, December the 7th. It'll be at the MSU Saginaw Valley Research and Extension Center. A number of featured speakers are going to be there. It's going to be a busy, busy morning, kicking off at about 8:30 in the morning. Mike Day and his staff invite you to come on out, enjoy the speakers, learn a little bit too, and of course, top it off with a great luncheon. Lunch will be provided right around 12:30. Bring your RUP card because there will be RUP and MAEAP credits available and CCA credits as well. Simplot Grower Solutions, their big event. 4 generations of farmers working together. Thursday, December the 7th, beginning at 8:30 at the MSU Saginaw Valley Research and Extension Center. We say good morning to Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. And Jerry, it's Plant of the Week day. I hope the plant can handle this crazy weather that we've been having.
You know, it can. It's very durable and a native. Been around for a long time. It's red twig dogwood, not the flowering dogwoods, but the red twigs. And so when I say that, I say, geez, there's also a red twig that has yellow twigs. So as we keep saying, every plant of the week, there's so much variability and variety is very important. I mean, there was just an add-on earlier talking about the different, how many growing degree days or degree days that corn take to come to harvest. But the same thing happens with plants. There's all the different varieties. They make them a little bit different, and they have their attributes all alike. So some of the yellow twig dogwood, it's about a 5 to 6 foot plant. Bright yellow stems this time of year, they really brighten up the landscape. Red twigs will do the same thing. Matter of fact, we cut red twigs here in the nursery, and we bring them in. We use them for our evergreen and holiday planters to help give some color. And they're great plants, easy to grow, widely adaptable, no insects and diseases. There's even a red twig with a variegated leaf. So again, even the foliage color can be attractive on those.
Really? Now you mentioned about the planters and the holiday planters. Do you still have some of those available, Jerry?
Sure do. We've got a lot of them. We still have wreaths and swags and a lot of stuff still to be picked up if you'd like.
Okay, so your hours out at the nursery?
We're here till 5 days a week.
There you go. Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, you take care. Have a great day. A nice weekend. We'll talk to you next week, okay?
Yes, sir, Terry.
All righty. Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. You need tree trimming? How about tree removal? Well, you need Legendary Tree Care. No job is too big. None is too small. They are fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in those big projects. Not a problem for Legendary Tree Care. For more information, you want to do a little research on them? LegendaryTreeCare.com or like them on Facebook. They're there when you need them. Coming up, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Teresa from Baird & Co.
All righty, but first this. Are you upset with your current planter performance? Are you considering buying a new planter but blown away from sticker shock? With Precision Planting's VSET, V-Drive, and Delta Force, we can retrofit your old planter to outperform any new planter on the market. Then access all your data from planting to harvest easily with Field View. Call PC Ag Solutions today and get your parts ordered, installed, and ready to go for the upcoming growing season. 989-868-4444. PC Ag Solutions. Farm Service.
Before it's too late and white mold becomes a problem, you need to ask your seed dealer for Heads Up seed treatment. When raising soybeans in the Midwest, you know the risk of being caught unprepared. As heard on Ag PhD, there are several steps you can take prior to planting for a successful management plan against white mold. Compatible and cost-effective season-long protection starts now by asking your seed dealer to apply Heads Up to your bean seed order. For more information, visit headsupst.com.
Farm Service brought to you by Freeland Bean and Grain. Getting everything ready for 2024? Well, they're ready for you. You got any questions? Just get a hold of Freeland Bean and Grain. Get a hold of Vic over there, Certified Crop Advisor. Pricing, getting your fertilizer needs all put together. They can do that. They're also a Dairyland seed headquarters too. So get some pricing on that and get some seed reserve for next year. Freeland Bean and Grain, serving you since 1983. We're serving you is their business. Over to Baird and Company we go. Teresa joining us this morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. I hope the markets are as good as we are.
Well, we've got a little green and a little red on our screen, I'm sure indicative of the upcoming holiday season. Dow Jones up 307 at 335,740, 307 million shares traded. NASDAQ down 104 at 14,153 with 381 million shares traded. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 248.50, down 96. Deere 362.39, down $1.65. CMS Energy 56.65, down 11. Dow 51.31, down a penny. DuPont 71.36, down 8 cents. Corteva 45.33, unchanged. General Motors 31.86, up 35 cents. Trinzio 601, down 60. Walmart 155.50, down 58. Huntington Bank 11.27, up 14. Independent Bank 21.68, down 18 cents, and AT&T 16.46, up 16 cents.
Teresa, you have a great day. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
You bet. Take good care.
All righty. Teresa over at Baird and Company. We'll be right back.
Beta Seed is known for an all-star lineup of experts, breeders, technicians, and scientists around a single goal, your continued success. This is Rob Gerstenberger reminding you that Beta Seed works hard to understand your challenges, goals, and opportunities. We have varieties bred to maximize tonnage and sugar while also managing disease, all developed and refined in your local grower fields. We know that you manage a lot of variables, but your Beta Seed team remains focused on one, grower satisfaction. Let me know how we've done and how we can build the next generation of seed together.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Be prepared for next year, Mr. Farmer. It might be a great idea to have some consultation going on here from the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency to your farm. They'll come out and see you. Remember, the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency is licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office. Located in downtown Reese, 989-868-4722. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton,